Welcome back, friends and fictional folk, to You Can Certainly Fry, the show where I tell you how to butcher and eat your favorite tabletop RPG monsters. Seen most recently in the Dungeons & Dragons Honor Amongst Thieves movie, Neverwinter is known as the City of Skilled Hands due to having craftsmen that make one-of-a-kind items seen nowhere else in the Sword Coast. This includes food, of course. Every chef in Neverwinter has a special recipe that they will share with no one except their chosen heir. And you'll find many of the more touristy shops lined up along what is known as the Chasm District. See, not too long ago, a massive chasm opened up in the middle of Neverwinter, drawing adventurers, scholars, and tourists to see what all the fuss was about. Well, people are going to people, so it wasn't long before there were dozens of inns, taverns, and other shops lined up along the chasm to take advantage of the sudden influx of visitors. By the way, this is how you Earthlings can know that your world isn't flat. If it was, hundreds, if not millions of companies would have made an entire industry around visiting the rim. Anyway, once the chasm was eventually resealed, the ruling body of the city set about rebuilding the destroyed part of their city, and the tourist shops had to rebrand in order to give tours of where the chasm used to be. And with that rebranding came a new wave of merchandise, many of which included baked goods. Why baked goods, you may be asking? Well, you know how a lot of breads have that nice split down the middle? Imagine that, but rebranded as chasm loaves, chasm bread, or chasm cakes. Each shop has their own design and their own level of sweet versus savory, and they're all good if a little bit overpriced. Still worth buying one if you ever visit. I personally recommend the ones from the Chasm Witch Cauldron shop. They've got multiple varieties of chasm bread, plus an underground hot springs where you can watch glowworms spin their thread across the ceilings. Other popular destinations for travelers include the 3 bridges leading to and from Castle Neverwinter, named the Sleeping Dragon, the Winged Wyvern, and the Dolphin, each of which have a tavern with that same name at one end or the other of the bridge, and each of which having their own specialty dishes. And then there's the Blue Lake, which includes all the casinos and lakeside attractions that you might expect, including Blue Lake Ale from Captain Blue's Lakeside Tavern. And of course my personal favorite spot, the Clock Bower. More low-key and out of the way, the Clock Bower is an inn and tavern run by an Aarakocra family situated in the Tower District. It's themed after a cozy garden with little clockwork insects buzzing about. Be sure to ask for either the 6 o'clock salmon or the 10 o'clock tuna. Those are my personal favorite dishes.